Seattle recorded their first win of the season last week over Tampa Bay in the Expansion Bowl. Second-year quarterback Steve Meyer led the Seahawks to a 30-23 win with 4 touchdown passes, 2 being caught by wide receiver Steve Largent. Meyer is filling in for the injured Jim Zorn, who was hurt in the second game of the season. There is a chance Zorn might be ready on Sunday, but Meyer, who completed 20 of 30 for 252 yards and the 4 TDs against Tampa, might be hard to move out. Sherman Smith is the Seahawks' leading ground gainer. His 94 yards on 19 carries against Tampa was the second most in the team's history. Defensively, Coach Jack Patera's club is a veteran unit up front with a mixture of youngsters and vets in the linebacking core and secondary. In the Tampa game, the defense came up with 2 fumble recoveries and 4 interceptions. Making return appearances in Miami will be offensive tackle Norm Evans and fullback Don Testerman. Both will be starting for Seattle. Roger Twibell, Channel 4 Sports.
You know, we won our first one last Sunday against Tampa Bay, and so this week has been a lot better, of course. I think any time you get a win, it kind of brings the spirits up. Prior to that, we really had nothing to look forward to or look back on. Each team that we were playing was a very, very good team. They were legitimate contender-type teams. I think our spirit remained good. The attitude certainly has been good on our football team. But finally winning one, even though it's, you know, Tampa Bay and ourselves are both 0-4 going in last week, and it was kind of tough, you know, who's going to win? But thank goodness we did, because it certainly has made at least this last week more comfortable.
Tomorrow's game, the Dolphins 4-1 on the year, and they've been improving quite a bit. What kind of a game are you looking for?
Well, it's really hard for us to compete with a team like Miami. The fact that they can score from just about anywhere at any time has made them what I consider probably the best offensive team we've seen, and we've played Baltimore and New England and Denver, teams that Cincinnati, teams that are very, very fine offensive teams, and so I think that if we have to be very, very lucky defensively anyway to keep the score down. We got lucky last week against Tampa Bay, and who knows, you know, sometimes you can stumble and fall.
Oh man, I tell you, this has been a strange week. You know, I've never watched the Dolphins defense on film before, and I got to watch those guys. They're really impressive. Watching Denherter and Colin, and I'll tell you, Tim Foley's playing exceptionally well. I was glad to see him doing so well after the bad knee and all. And it's really been an exciting, interesting week for me.
You mentioned Vern, and of course Vern, you're going to be head-to-head with him tomorrow. You looking forward to that?
Well, I tell you what, you know, people used to ask me all the time, who's the toughest end you go against? And I'd say I go against him every day in practice. And of course, that's Denherter. He's strong, and you know, he knows me pretty well. So it's going to be a tough battle, and I know that it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Seattle has moved the ball real well. They have 3 wide receivers there. I bet you that probably 90% of the people in the country never heard of, but they're getting the job done. They hustle, and I think it's been a real impressive team. And if you'll stop and look back at the schedule they've played so far, that really they haven't done too badly.
Is it tough to prepare for a team like Seattle because they are an expansion club?
No, I don't think so, because I said before, I feel that you know, we're a fairly young team ourselves, and we have the enthusiasm with these youngsters here, and it's carried over to some of the veterans, and we look for it to keep on going along.